Good afternoon. It is 10:29 and we are at 5 o'clock in the afternoon essentially. And I'm going to run through this real quick. We have some things to talk about. Right here on the incoming limb. Whoops. It's being a pain. Right here on the incoming limb, we have a bunch of CMEs. Where is it? It is right. We have a bunch of flaring. If you're watching on the incoming limb, there is a CME that takes off here. There's a couple of them, and one of them is going to be fairly large. So we have a big flare. There's a big flare and a small CME there. And here is a very large filament eruption on the incoming limb. You can see it break out there, and it forms a tornado as it reconnects. We've got a lot of little C-class activity going on up here, and another big CME right here. Right there is a huge CME that lets go. This is going to be our quarter hit. So you can see it developing there, and it's letting go. Because it's so far around the limb, there is some ripple that's going to swing back and hit us, but it's not going to be major. And we kind of shoot forward. And if you're watching coming through here, there's not many filaments, and you can start to see a lot of filaments developing on the face of the sun. There's a little CME right there that's going down and away. Right here on the lower limb, right there. On the very bottom of the sun, you see a CME let go that's going down and away. I don't think this will affect us much because it has an absolute downward direction, but it does have, if you're looking at the center of the sun, a huge flare right in the center. And then we're going to skate, and as we go through this, you can start to see all these filaments developing and roping. Some CMEs over here on the incoming limb that are still behind the sun. That bottom one right there taking off, it's still so far behind the sun it won't affect us at all. There is a little jet of a CME right there, a flare. But watch here, right here on the bottom limb, right down here in this area where I'm circling. You can begin to see this develop, and whoosh, this has a sideways swing to it. So when it snaps back and snaps out, it's whipping out back toward to Earth. So this is going to impact us. It is going to be a fairly good sized eruption, but it is moving fairly slow. Like less than 700 kilometers and more likely around the 350 range. So this is not going to be huge, but it is possibly going to be a scoop shovel event, as it will pick up to the CME that was a quarter halo that happened over here. The winds might circle back and grab it and push it forward in a scoop shovel. So let's take a look at the quarter halo hit first. It came from this direction right in here. So that sunspot was located right where the hand is. And it should be moving out and away, but it's got kind of a sideways flare to it. It might not do much, but it very definitely could do something. And it is moving like 270 kilometers, maybe 300 at best. So this is moving right before, about 7 hours before the big one, and it is moving essentially it's creeping. So it is not going to give us much, but this big one, you can see the halo signature, so it will come out and flare behind that slow one and pick it up. And this has most definitely got more of a sideways swing than it even looked like on the Soho. So this will definitely have an impact on Earth. And again, I look for that Saturday or Friday night into early Saturday morning, maybe into Saturday night. We can see here we have a slight uptick tonight. expected, and we don't have the forecast for Friday and Saturday yet. That will happen after midnight, so you'll want to go check your space weather enthusiast board tomorrow, late tonight, after midnight. They should update that, and we should see Friday forecast. Now, jumping back here to our sunspot regions, we have a lot going on. There's things dying down because the energy is being drawn into the bigger sunspots. Real quick, our solar flares. We've had a couple M-class flares, a bunch of C-class flares, and the sun is kind of going into that period where it kind of takes a breath before it goes again. So don't think just because the sun's quieting for a few minutes that it's done. It's not. It's reorganizing. It's changing the shape of the sunspots, and it's changing the size of the sunspots that exist. So real quick to run through this, we have 63 out here. This is dying off. 66 is dying off, but that is the region where that flare took off from, right in just underneath them. So they had enough juice to kick off that flare, but since then they're pretty well just dissipating. It's burned off the energy. So 68 is right here. It is an A class, but it is growing in size. So this is getting bigger, and it is drawing its electromagnetism from the solar disorganized spots around it, and it's going likely to get bigger. 69 and 72 are down in here in all this disorganized stuff. They actually are beta, gamma, delta. 69 is down in size, but up in numbers, so it is reorganizing. So it's getting bigger, it's reorganizing. 72 is growing in both size and numbers. So I look for this to get eruptive in the next couple of days, and it very definitely could hit us. Going up to 74 and 75 up here on the northern hemisphere. 75 is dissipating as 74 sucks it up. So all the energy is in 74, and it's pulling 75 into it, and it very likely will produce more flaring. I do look for this whole region here to make a rotation. What size it will be when it makes a rotation around the sun, I don't know, but I do look for it to rotate around the sun. 78 is over here on the incoming limb. That has been producing the C-class flares and the quarter halo hit CME. This is a very large and very complex region. I will show you in just a second. We have 73. '73 is down there. It's not doing much and is kind of just dissipating. So all these regions right through here are dying. This region here is starting to suck everything up. It's starting to get the energy, the electromagnetic energy. The sunspots themselves are starting to interact with each other and magnetically bump, and that region is going to go to town. We have one sunspot here that just rotated into view this afternoon. Does not have a number. We do not have any data on it yet. Jumping down, we're going to look at that region because that is where everything is going to come from for the next week or so. This is beta gamma at this point, but we kind of expect that. This is a very complex region. This is 78. You can see we have some very, very, very deep sunspots that are tightly woven together, and some not so big ones that are still tightly woven together. So this can continue to produce. It's produced 4 CME today. It still is going to keep producing at least low level activity with the potential of something larger. Behind it is a sunspot that we do not have data on it, but we can begin to see we have two monster-sized sunspots here, polarity regions that are just massive. This can produce some big ones, and I suspect it will. And as it draws around, I suspect when we get data on it, it's going to be at least a B class, and will probably end up beta, gamma, delta before it's done. So, we have, let's real quick jump to tonight. Minnesota, you're probably out of the running. Western Wisconsin, you're probably not going to see anything. Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, you probably will get a chance to see the aurora that happens tonight. At least until about 2 o'clock in the morning, when these clouds rotate in through the night to 2 a.m. We don't have any activity to worry about Thursday or Friday, or Wednesday or Thursday. But Friday night, looking at sky cover, early New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, you probably will not have a chance. Idaho, Wyoming, Washington, Oregon, all that, you have a storm system developing over you. It's not a strong one, I don't think, based on what I'm seeing, but it's there. And it, by 2 a.m. on Friday, we see that moving into the tops of the mountains. You probably, I believe this has snow on it, a snow forecast. So your higher elevations will be getting snow. We are going to be able to see things through the Friday night hour. By 8 p.m. Saturday night, Wisconsin, down through the plains, that storm system has passed into your area, and you are going to get clouded out. I don't know how severe this one is going to be. The storm on Wednesday and Thursday, and let me jump back on this one real quick. Let's go back to Wednesday and Thursday real quick before I forget. Here's our hazards map. Let's do weather. We are expected to get heavy rain. Lower plains are going to get possibly severe weather. This is probably going to be a wind event on Wednesday and Thursday. Chicago and southern Michigan, you could see some very severe thunderstorms out of this. Possibility of northern Michigan, most likely it's going to be more of a wind event and maybe some rain. It's not expected to be terrible. And they have not got too many alerts. Dew points are quite high, so we're going to have very high humidity. And you can see here, we're probably expecting 20-mile-an-hour winds or above. So you want to be aware that that system is coming through. It could be potentially something. On Saturday night, we do have weather moving in. We have another frontal system. This one I don't think is going to be as big as the other one. Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Michigan, you're still in the game. Wisconsin and back into the southern plains, you're out of the game. East Coast, you're going to be golden. So you're going to be able to see this. By 2 a.m., Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Minnesota, the whole area is clouded up. And Ohio, Cincinnati in particular, you're probably still going to be able to see things Saturday night if they happen. Now, looking ahead to Sunday, which is the farthest this goes out, Sunday we get into that rainy period that's pretty much going to last till Wednesday. Everybody's going to be out of the running and not likely to see much. once we get past Wednesday next week, we might have one more brief period of sun or rain on Sunday, but then we're going to have a clear week. So, we want to kind of wait and see what happens, but we still may get a chance at another big storm here. Again, we've got, according to Michigan, we're going to be cleared up by next Saturday, but most of the week we're going to be experiencing rain showers, with Thursday being our only clear day. But by Saturday we're going to clear up and we can see things. So we're not out of the running. So we're back here on Wednesday. We've got Friday and Saturday clear. What happens in the next couple days we'll miss, but what happens during the following week, we will still have a shot at seeing. Now, I am going to let you know. You guys get a heads up, a preview that nobody else is getting. The code for November is Christmas 20, and it will get you 20% off your entire order. So if you're planning on getting something from our North American art products, you might want to plan ahead and make your Christmas list and get products for all your favorite people. I'm going to share a couple of products. Let me find it. Oh, no, that's my wrong one. Sorry. We have new tennis shoes featuring our October auroras. We have plenty of Christmas ornaments. We have new clothing out. And I'm going to give a very special little girl a very special honor. During the October storm, I had the privilege of shooting with Miss Violet. And Miss Violet is 4 years old. Her family is into photography. Her grandpa is a portrait photographer, and she was bound determined she wanted to shoot. So I handed her my cell phone, because I was shooting with my big camera, put it on a tripod stand, and she stood there and learned to use that phone. In the blink of an eye, she was navigating that phone just like a pro. She was out there for photographing just like all the adults and doing just as good a job as the adults. This is a remarkable little girl, and in her honor, we've created Violet's dress. So this one is special for you, Violet, because I'm so proud of you. So we have those. One other little product here. Let me get back here. We're going to jump down here into our technology area, and I want to share this product right here. If I can get it to blow up. We do have phone cases. We do have the new phone cases. So if you have a new iPhone or getting a Samsung, we do have the new cases, so you can order them in the newest styles. This product right here is our cell phone sanitizer. Your phone sets down inside this little dish. Now, let me see if I got a better view. We have all the different kinds. We have different lighthouses with them on there. The beautiful thing about these is you set your cell phone in, you close the box, it charges your phone, but it has a UV light. Let's face it, our phones are the dirtiest thing we touch all day. We set our phone table, we set it down on kitchen cupboards, we set them on tables, we set them on desks, we throw them in our purse, we throw them in our car. We don't wash our hands when we touch our phone. So all day long, it's getting contaminants on it. This is a product that can kill up to 90% or more of those germs as you come in your house at night. So you can clean your phone as soon as you walk in the door, and you're not bringing all the illnesses into the house at night. And this is something everybody in the family can use. I'm pointing this out. What better way, what better gift can you give anyone than a gift that says, I love and value you, and I don't want you to ever be sick, and I don't ever want to lose you. And this says that because it protects them. It is a must if you have a pregnant woman or a new mom. This is the best gift you will ever give her because it can protect her baby. She can be sanitizing that phone anytime she walks back into her house and can protect her baby from getting those germs. And we have whooping cough going around, or pertussis. I've been getting warnings for weeks. It's in our school systems right now. So we want to protect those new babies. So this is the best gift you can give because it helps protect them. It cleans her phone so she's not picking up those germs every time she picks up her phone and transferring it to her baby. It's great for nurses. Nurses, you will want this. You might even want to get your company to order these to set on your desks at work because it does kill germs. You can drop your phone in it if you've been around somebody who's been sick and at least protect it from getting close to your face, on your hands, and delivering those germs to somebody else. Just saying, this is my by far favorite product of everything we have, is this, because of the protection that it offers. So anyway, again, November 1st starts the pre-Christmas sale, 20% off, Christmas 20. I am working on puzzles. I am working on fanny. I'll make an additional fanny pack. Nice thing about fanny packs. Let me back this up. I gotta figure out where I stuck them. We have speakers. We have cell phones. We have cell phone chargers. We have some lamps there in technology. Let's see. Whoops. Oh, it's probably down. Where is my? Oh, here. We've got puzzles. So you can order puzzles. We have housewares, beach blankets. I will be adding a blanket that has a lot of different lighthouses with the Michigan Lighthouse on it that is coming this week. I'm working on those right now. We have wine glasses for everybody, Christmas ornaments, again, the fun shoes, and I absolutely love these. Surprisingly, I have a pair that I've ordered in a little different design. These are much better than I've seen in a lot of box stores around here. These are a really high quality tennis shoes. Ladies, you might want to size out to a man's size if you have wide feet. So if you're wide feet, you might want to order the man's shoe. If you don't see a design you like, let me know, and I can make something comparable to the women's shoes in men's sizes. Men's will probably be a little bit wider than women's shoes. I have very, very wide feet, and I can wear my shoes. They're tight, but I can wear them. And they are really high quality. I was very impressed with the quality I saw of this. Likewise, I have our let's see. Is it in here? It might be in here. Let's see if I can find it now. Likewise, I do have the Chromebook bags, which is the 15-inch. You'll want to get the 15-inch for Chromebooks, 17 for laptops. I do have those, very high quality, neoprene on the outside, so it's waterproof. It actually has a padding and a fur lining on the inside that makes it very cushioned to keep your electronics in. Was very, very impressed with the product there. I have the cell phone. I actually have this cell phone case. Marvelous case. And just because you see it, just so you know, you might see it as an iPhone, but if you click on it, you have the options of all the different phones. So this should go down and give you the option for Samsung and Google, and we do have Google cases. Again, Christmas 20 is your savings code. Just so you know where we're at, I'm still working on raising the money for the motorhome. I am hopefully got an extension, hopefully till March, but we really do need to start getting orders in to help me from being homeless, because I'm basically at the point he can pull the rug at any time and I could have 30 days to leave. If you don't order, please get out there and share. There will be people that want to order, and the best word of mouth, the best advertisement is word of mouth and people who care. So please share everything. If there's something you don't see that you want, let me know. I would be willing to do that for you, and design something. I have a lot more stuff that's coming out. And as I start traveling next year, there's going to be new product every time we get a storm, new product every month as far as lighthouses, and it will start growing. If I get on the road by December, then we will start getting some of the southern lighthouses done, and there will be new product all the time. I will leave you there. Everybody have fun and enjoy.